my name is Brandy. I am the owner and artisan behind Brush by Brandy, and every week I bring you guys a new YouTube tutorial and I try to teach you guys a little bit something different. This week we're going to be working on this piece that's behind me. It's not done yet, but it's going to be done by the end of this video. And this piece is actually something really rare. It's something from my house, my own personal home. So I got to choose the look that I wanted, and I chose this really cool cross-hatching technique. I've done this before on other pieces and it came out so beautiful, and I wanted one for my home. So I've been stashing this piece because it was the perfect size to put up in my kids' bonus room. And we're going to use it for their video game storage, kind of a media center, because it's got great storage on it. So I hope you guys enjoyed this technique. If you do, please hit that subscribe button and come back every week for a new video. Let's go ahead and get started on this one. Here's where we started on this piece. I picked this up from my local Facebook marketplace, actually from the original owner's daughter, who remembered this piece being in her house all while she was growing up. I thought that was a pretty cool history. This is one of my favorite styles to work on. I love the tapered legs and the smooth, clean lines of it. With my base of Slick Stick, I'm going to use Dixie Belle Silk paint, and the color is called Deep Sea on the interior. This is a deep navy that I think is going to be a really pretty color for the interior of this piece. I chose silk for the interior because it doesn't require a top coat, so 2 coats of this and my interior is going to be done. The side on this had some veneer damage that I patched with Dixie Mud and then sanded it smooth. Now that my Dixie Belle Slick Stick is nice and dry and my repair is also nice and dry and sanded, I went ahead and just sealed my repair in a coat of spray shellac. And the reason I did that is because I'm going to be brushing over top and I don't want to reactivate this Dixie Mud that's on here. So I'm going to be using my Dixie Belle premium chip brushes, which are a natural bristle brush, because I want to get some nice texture in this finish. I've got quite a few colors out. I'm going to point you guys down here to see all my colors. The colors I have out are Dixie Belle Midnight Sky. I've got In the Navy. I've got a mix of Palmetto, Antebellum Blue, and Midnight Sky. I have Stormy Seas, Vintage Duck Egg. I have Savannah Mist and Driftwood, and I'm going to start laying these on in a cross-hatching pattern. Now I think I'm going to end up with a few different brushes, and I'm probably going to have one brush that kind of spans my darker colors. I'll have one brush that kind of spans some of the medium colors, and probably end up with another one that spans my lighter colors. This is just my first coat, so I just want to lay on some of this texture. Let's go ahead and get started. So I'm going to start with my darker colors. And I'm going to start down here at the bottom, and I'm just going to start laying on some light cross-hatching, vertical and horizontal brush strokes. This finish is going to look scary. Now this piece is for my own home, and so I really get to do whatever I want with it, so it just needs to look good to me, and I like this look a lot. Okay, I'm coming back for my second coat on this piece, and this time I'm going to reverse my order, and I'm going to start with my lighter colors up at the top. So this is Dixie Belle Driftwood. I'm using my same brushes. All I've done since I stopped was go all the way around my piece and get my first coat on. So now I'm coming back around and doing my second coat. So this is Dixie Belle Driftwood. I'm going to alternate my lighter colors and start bringing those down, whereas last time I started with my darker colors up. I'm going to do the same thing and do this cross hatching pattern. All right, now that I've got my finish pretty even about where I want it, I'm gonna start adding some metallics, and I'm adding these over top because I don't want them to be drowned out by my flat paint colors. So I want to make sure that I get a little bit of that metallic sheen. So I'm gonna use Dixie Belle Moonshine Metallics in Steel Magnolia and in Silver Bullet are my two metallics I'm gonna use. Here's where I am after layering all my paint colors on. It's a lot of brush strokes, but the depth and dimension in this finish is incredible. I think it really suits the clean lines of this piece. It actually looks like a worn piece of denim to me. All right, you guys ready for mistake time? I don't know if this was a mistake so much as a change of my mind, but I originally wanted a wood top on this piece because I love a wood stain top on 90% of my pieces. But on this one, I went ahead and bleached the wood, and then I laid on a coat of sun bleach stain from Varathane, and it was really pretty, but it looked kind of pink up against the light colors in my paint. So what I did next up is I just went ahead and added my cross-hatching pattern in the lighter colors to the top of my piece as well. So lesson learned, the wood stain top did not look good with this finish. Okay, here is where it is with all of the paint finished, and now I'm going to go ahead and start adding my wax detailing. You guys know I love to add a little bit of black wax and gilding wax for my details. I'm just using my Dixie Belle Best Dang Wax in black and a natural bristle artist brush, and I'm going to go ahead and outline the crevices on this. And then I'm going to come back with a wider tipped natural bristle artist brush, and I'm going to go ahead and blur these lines out. This is going to give me a nice shadowy effect around all of the moldings on this piece. My shadowy effect is nice and complete, and now I'm going to come and hit the high points with a little bit of Dixie Belle Gold Gilding Wax. I'm just going to use my fingertip to apply it, and I'm going to ride the high point of the curve of this molding. So at this point, I've added the dark into my low points. I'm adding the gold on my high points, and then I've got the paint colors on my body. So I've got 3 colors here that give dimension to these moldings. Because this piece is for my own home and I know how it's going to be used, it's not going to be around food or beverages or anything, I'm going to go ahead and use flat clear coat. It doesn't need to have that high wipeability that I would have with, say, gator hide. I love the low sheen of the flat clear coat. So I started by opening my container. You need to stir flat clear coat really well. It has particles that tend to settle at the bottom, so make sure you lift those up and you're mixing them into your container before you start using. I applied my flat clear coat using a flocked roller. I'm just going to roll it onto my piece, and then anywhere I had crevices, I just used a brush to make sure that I got into those corners. I applied 2 coats to the body, and then I did probably around 4 coats to the top just so it has that extra protection on the top. This shot at the top is actually a pretty cool shot though, because you can really see the layering of the colors. You can see the light blues peeking through. That's my vintage duck egg peeking through my lighter tones and a little bit of the metallics. It's really pretty, you guys. My clear coat is on, so I went ahead and added my hardware back on. I spray painted this hardware using a gold metallic spray paint, and then I gave them a clear coat of satin shellac for extra protection because I know my kids' hands are going to be handling these hardware a lot. Let's dress this one up for some staging photos. It is all done. I'm in love, you guys. I can't believe I get to keep this one for my house. I get so excited when I do one for myself. Honestly, if you don't do this often, I highly recommend it. It kind of re-energizes your feeling about painted furniture and why you do it when you get to keep one for your own house. The interior in that silk deep sea sets this piece off perfectly. It's going to be a great, nice, wipeable, durable interior. We plan to put gaming systems and things in here up in our bonus space in our home. So because this piece has the 3 doors on it, it's absolutely perfect for media storage. You can find a materials list and links for everything I used in this video in the description for this post. If you enjoyed this video, I hope you'll click that subscribe button. You can find more Brush by Brandy on Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest, YouTube, and my website at brushedbybrandy.com.